Hi guys, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm making Amish dairy casserole in the Ninja Speedi. Alright, I'm starting on my Ninja Speedi. I have it set on sear saute and it's hot. And I'm going to add in roughly a little over a pound of ground beef. And I'm going to get this browning up. And it's still a hair frozen, but that's fine, it'll thaw quick. And this here isn't lean ground beef, so I'm going to have to drain off the excess grease when it's done browning. And I'm going to go ahead and season my ground beef up with my favorite seasoning, the McCormick's Himalayan pink sea salt with black pepper and garlic. If you don't have this, just put a little bit of salt and pepper and a little bit of garlic powder in. So I'm going to allow this to brown up, then I'm going to drain the grease off of it. Right, now that my ground beef is browned up, and I pulled it out and set it aside, and I wiped out the pan to get the excess grease out. I'm going to add in some wide egg noodles. This is a 12-ounce package. These are actually extra wide egg noodles, but wide will work also. And I'm going to add in some frozen corn. Let's see here. I'm going to add about a cup of frozen corn. Now this recipe here, this isn't meant for in the Ninja Speedi, but I'm modifying it to work, so fingers crossed. Now I'm going to add some water in. Let me level that out. I'm going to add enough water. I'm going to go for about 4 cups of water. And I'm going to add a little bit of salt in there to help season the noodles and corn as they cook. Probably about a teaspoon or so. And I'm just going to give this a little stir. My corn's froze solid. Now what will happen is the water I put in there, we're going to set this on a steam setting. That's going to steam the noodles and the corn to get them tender, and the noodles will help absorb that liquid as it steams. So I'm going to close my lid down. Alright, I'm going to turn my power on. I'm going to make sure my switch up top is switched over to rapid cook, and I'm going to move this down to steam. And I'm going to set my time for 6 minutes. And I'm going to allow this to steam for 6 minutes. Alright, my 6 minutes are up. You can see my noodles drank up all of the liquid in there. They're al dente, maybe a hair over al dente, and the corn is tender. There might be a little bit of water in the bottom, but that's no problem at all. Now I have an 8-ounce block of cream cheese here I cut into cubes to help it dissolve quicker, and I left this warm up to room temperature. I'm going to get my cream cheese in here, and I'm going to stir it around. And we're going to try to dissolve it as best as possible. If you don't have time to let your cream cheese sit out to soften up, you can take it out of the foil wrapper and you can put it in the microwave for like a minute. Just keep an eye on it, that'll help soften it up. So I'm going to go ahead and stir my cream cheese into the hot pasta and corn. Alright, now that my cream cheese is all dissolved in there, or melted, I'm going to add in a cup of milk. And I'm just eyeballing this, guys. That seems like a cup. I'm going to add in a 10.5-ounce can of cream of chicken soup. You can also use cream of mushroom, but I chose cream of chicken today because we all know that Eric doesn't like mushrooms, so if I can cut him a break, I do. I'm going to stir that into the pasta and corn. And this is smelling good so far, guys. See how nice and creamy that's getting already? And we're not done yet. Alright. Now I'm going to return that ground beef back in that I browned up in the beginning of the video. I'm going to stir that in. And I might have wanted to use a wooden spoon that was a little more sturdy. But we'll make this plastic or nylon one work. Alright, you just want to stir your beef down in there good so everybody gets a bite while they're eating. Okay, now lastly, I'm going to add on some shredded cheddar cheese. I'm going to go for probably about a cup and a half. And I'm going to take my tablespoon that I put the soup in with and stir that down a little bit. Be careful not to touch my pan. I don't want to scratch it. Alright. Alright, I'm going to close my lid down. I'm going to move my switch from the rapid cook down to the air fry setting. Alright, I'm going to turn my power on. And I'm going to go down to, I'll leave it at air fry. I'm going to set my temperature down to 300 because I want to let this go for a few minutes. I'm going to set my time for 10 minutes. And I'll go in and check that, guys. If that gets golden brown early, I won't give it the full 10 minutes. Alright guys, my 10 minutes are up. I went in halfway through and I stirred this. We're not looking to crisp it up or brown up. We just wanted to bake it. So that's why I gave it only 300 degrees for the 10 minutes. This is ready to go. Let's go ahead and fix up a plate and see what we got. I went ahead and I garnished this with some fresh parsley for some extra color. Let me get in here and try this. Nice and creamy. You get that cream cheese. Get the cream of chicken soup. The ground beef. Guys, that's really delicious and it wasn't hard at all. One pot meal, no fuss. Alright, there you have it. Amish dairy casserole and the Ninja Speedi. Thanks for watching, and remember, love what you eat and eat what you love.